apart from that, Doctor, I think if you can vividly remember, we lost our former DJ, who is Alhaji Mahmoud Sanyang. Of course, we've said a lot about him, and I think you also have something to say about him. In fact, the day we were doing the tributes, you texted me to extend your condolence. But since we have this opportunity, I allow you to do that once and for all.
Thank you, Abubakar. This program will definitely miss Alhaji Mahmoud Sanyang. This was his baby. So he must have been supported by somebody, probably the CEO of the Gambia. But I remember very well the day we were starting this program. Alhaji Mahmoud was very busy, running in and out to make sure that everything was in order. And before I started this program, although I knew that Alhaji Mahmoud Sanyang's institution is different from that of his predecessors, but I will not know why. In fact, I used to tell students in the university that he's one of the most successful managers of the current time. But when I came to start this program, I realized that this gentleman is always at work up to 1 a.m. Director General saying at work. I don't know what time he comes to. He used to come to
in the
work,
morning.
Maybe in the morning, but I'm a living witness. Because many times I will be here with him. In fact, sometime after the program, he will meet us outside and then express his appreciation of the program. So a Director General who is at work probably from 8 up to 1 a.m. and not only sitting in the office, moving in and out, going up and down, going into every section, every office to see that things are in order, definitely was very dedicated to his work. And he's known for his dedication to his work, for the full respect that he has for this country's leadership, and for the love that he has for Islam. The Muslims in this country will miss Alhaji Mahmoud Sanyang. The Islamic programs in this very institution will miss him, particularly this Ekara, and I'm therefore appealing where we are sitting now to every Muslim in and out of the country, wherever you are, whether you're listening to us today or you will listen to the repeat tomorrow. If you're listening to us, please make a break and make a special dua for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send him to Jannah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make him resident in Jannah ila yawm al-qiyamah. This is his demise, his departure is a great loss to the Gambia. It's a great loss to Muslims in this country. It's a great loss to this institution. It's a great loss to this program. So wherever you are as a Muslim, even a non-Muslim, if you are listening to us, please make sure that you make a brief stopover and make a special dua for Alhaji Mahmoud Sanyang. Allah yaghfir wa yarham.
Thank you very much. He will forever be remembered as the pioneer of this program, if I could put it that way.
And then also let me send my condolences to everybody, to the President of the Gambia, the government of the Gambia, all Gambians, to the new leadership of this institution, to everybody in GRTS here, to all Muslims, to every good person, everybody who serves humanity. We are sending our condolences to you, and let's all again join our hands and pray for him. Thank you.
Okay, may Allah accept all the prayers, inshallah. Before coming here, Doctor, a lady asked me, said to me, what is the cost for men who promise their wives and don't fulfill that promise? I said, I'm meeting with Dr. Senghor today, and I will ask him that question before we start our discussions.
I think there's an ethical problem here. And what we know is that Muslims are by their words. Whatever you promise, you must stand by your promise. That's one of the good values that's one of the most important values of a good Muslim. Whether you make a promise to your wife or to any other person, and that is why before you make a promise, you must make sure that you can fulfill the promise. So in the event that something happened that you cannot fulfill the promise, come and face the person plainly. Tell him that, look, or tell her, I have promised to do ABC, but because of certain unavoidable or unpredictable circumstances, I may not be able to do it now, I may not be able to do it, but let me do it this way. But just to promise and fulfill, that's a moral problem, Abubakar. It's a moral lapse, it's an ethical problem, whether it is to wife or not, and it's also attitudinal problem, not necessarily for all Muslims. I do know there are people who always stand by their words.
Does it incur any punishment in the hereafter?
Probably because a promise that does not create any legal relationship unlike the transactions, in the transactions, you usually promise, business transactions, a promise lead to a legal relationship, to creating a particular legal relation. But that one may not necessarily create a particular legal relation. But then morally speaking, it may not necessarily incur financial liability. But of course, morally speaking, it may incur liability in the sense that the person, and depending also on the reason why he or she, why he failed the promise.
If I hear things about promise, my mind flips over that verse which says, "Inna al-ahda kana mas'ula."
Exactly.
Yeah. So I ask whether there's something that you have to pay for in the hereafter. If you deliberately, promise somebody.
Yeah. In any moral, lapse or ethical lapse, of course, comes with a liability in the hereafter. Although it will depend whether Allah will forgive or will not forgive. That is why it's always good to be, making istighfar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to repent continuously to God. But anywhere, like somebody who, like telling lies, it's a way of lying to somebody, if that was the intention. A promise that you will never fulfill, but particularly maybe you just make it because you want to achieve it, but you want to make a particular achievement, or you want to get certain things done in a given circumstances, but you know from the bottom of your heart that you cannot promise. You are not in fact interested at all in fulfilling this promise. That this is a serious moral problem. Of course, it carries moral liabilities, and if God does not forgive, of course, there could be some problem in the hereafter.
Okay.
God forbid.
Now we move to our topic of discussion. Of course, we did it the last time, if that is transactional trade. But because of the length of time that ended within the... that intervened. So we decided to revise back to where we were and then start it again. Now, technically, what does the term transactional trade means?
It is very important for Muslims to understand that in Islam, the business transactions are totally regulated. Transactional trade in other words, this is a situation where people exchange, let's say, goods for goods, or money for money, or money with goods, for the purpose of making money, making business. You understand? The essence of embarking on any business is to make profit out of it. And that is why Islam recognizes the importance of making a profit and totally regulated. In fact, this has been the most extensively regulated field of life in Islam, the transactions, totally regulated, beginning with the seller, the buyer, whatever.